Welcome to the Vault Excel. Thank you for joining me. This complaint against P. Diddy by April Lampros is number 7, number 8. Starting to get confused. Each content gives a different number. But anywho, let's roll with it. April, some people are going to be confused by the information that you have relayed pertaining to your lawsuit. You are claiming that you had 4 terrifying sexual encounters with Sean Puffy Combs. And some people are going to question that. Well, why would you keep being with him 4 different times? And it was all sex, only sex, forcible sex. Then why do it? If he was rude, nasty to you the first time you had sex with him, somebody's going to say, hey, why go back? No different than dealing with him being abusive in general. And we've learned that women will put up with a lot of crazy things in dating a guy. But these are sexual encounters. So people are really going to question your motivation now, coming out so many years later, that you would have basically sex with him 4 separate times, and they all were terrifying experiences. So what's the deal? Is it just a quick payday? Because your story is a bit weird. Just calling a spade, 4 separate terrifying times of just sexual encounters, parking garage, different places. Then you throw Kim Porter in there. She's dead, deceased, can't defend herself. You say that he wanted you to have sex with her. So I've questioned this, that perhaps he likes sex with different people, have his main girlfriend have sex with other women, men. Because I said if he did it with Cassie, he probably did it with other women. So now you're claiming the same thing, that yes, he wanted you to have sex with Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter. Then you fast forward to say she got you fired from a job under the guidance of Puff Daddy, some type of altercation in a restaurant where you were working, and you actually got fired. But she threw some type of hissy fit tantrum about you. I don't really know what to believe. I do believe he's a sadist. Let me say that. I do believe he's a sadist, Sean. I believe he likes sex with different people. Men, women. I believe he likes to have different men sleep with his partner. I believe he likes to watch. He's a voyeur. He likes to obviously masturbate, watching his woman of the hour be with other women. You also claim that he didn't want anybody to know you all were messing around because you were white. Is that true? Possibly. Possibly. You also bring forward the allegation that when you were messing around with him as an intern, for, I believe, Arista at the time, that he was dating J-Lo. Or you met him originally at Arista. But this interesting part is about J-Lo. And I believe that's why J-Lo broke up with him, is because she learned of him cheating. And maybe he was abusive to her. I have not heard that he was abusive to J-Lo. So, Sean, were you abusive to J-Lo? Curious. J-Lo, what was the real reason that you broke up with Sean Puffy Combs? Is it because he was cheating and sleeping around and you got information, got wind? And obviously people have been whispering about him for 30-something years, so it's no telling what the streets know about Sean, what receipts people have on him. And obviously somebody had a receipt, because now there's a video that has come to print of him beating Cassie Ventura inside of a hotel. How many more people are going to come out with allegations against Sean Puffy Combs? Because we're at about number 7, 8 now, and I'm starting to lose count. And now we have this lady here, April Lampros, who is hidden inside of this photograph. Don't know which one she might be. But anywho, the point is, this is getting ridiculous. And not to shade the women, but just saying it's a shame that a man would have all these different people coming out bringing forward allegations. Settle a suit with Cassie one day, but lied and said what she said he did, he didn't do. Then Lil Rod comes out. Then these other women come out. Then the video comes out. Then he apologizes. So, Sean, help us understand. You own that you beat the woman up in the hotel, Miss Ventura. You apologize, but you didn't apologize to her directly. Okay? And I believe you did that to save face. You had no remorse. Just pined in front of the camera. Your lawyer probably told you to do that. I won't doubt that you'll probably get arrested. That's the latest I've heard. that you will possibly be facing federal charges for human trafficking. So you have a lot on your plate. And this video does not help, most definitely. The allegations are one thing, but the video definitely didn't help. And it also didn't help because you lied and said you never abused Cassie Ventura. You never did the things she said you did in her lawsuit. Then other people came out with allegations of sexual assault, coercion, drugging, so on and so forth. So as I say, if you're accused of one thing and then it's proven that you've done one, you've probably done those other things. Blackmail, bribery, $50,000 to keep the video silent. So that's two things that's been proven. Because if the video never came out, then where has it been all this time? And that's where you come in. You paid somebody off. April Lampros. She has a lot to say. All these different events of you all having some type of sexual relationship and you were obviously violent. You love bombed her. But the advances later manifested into an aggressive, coercive, abusive relationship based on sex, according to the complaint. And there were 4 terrifying sexual encounters Ms. Lampros endured at the hands of Combs. She tried to distance herself from you following the alleged assaults, but you gave her gifts and empty promises before turning angry, threatening, and forceful, claiming you would destroy her career. And she feels as if she's been blackballed by, I guess, some industry. You all met in a bar in 1995. She succumbed to the pressure of drinking alcohol after delusional and violent outbursts. So why would you be going off? This makes no sense to me. She succumbed to the pressure to drink alcohol after delusional and violent outbursts. I want somebody to think about that for just a second. You're in a public place and a person is offering you alcohol and they're acting out, drinking, high, doped up. Why would I, 1, drink the drinks they're offering me? And 2, why would I then follow this person to a hotel? And then people are going to judge you for that. You went to a hotel when everybody knows what goes down inside of a hotel. Why would I leave a bar to go to a hotel with a drunk, inebriated person who is also acting violently in a public place? I don't know them well. Pay attention now. That makes no sense. Why even go with them if he was acting out in the damn bar? I don't understand any of this. This doesn't make any sense to me. You felt like the walls were closing in on you after sipping your drink. And he escorted you back to the hotel. So now he drugged you. So how did he drug you in front of all the people in a bar? Make it make sense, everybody. So as I said, did he have dirty bartenders working for him from place to place? Because how would he have gotten drugs inside of the drink? Despite the protests, you were sexually assaulted by Mr. Combs and you soon passed out. Then it's 1996. He's assaulted you for a 3rd time. And this time Kim Porter is involved, the late Kim Porter. Forced you and his ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter, to take ecstasy and have sex together. The lawsuit alleges Combs masturbated while he watched the women together before assaulting Ms. Lampros, filing claims. Mr. Combs forced the pill down their throats to ensure the pills were swallowed, the lawsuit alleges. Mr. Combs' hands were so far down Ms. Lampros' throat, she gagged. He even checked under their tongues. This is crazy to me. He then ordered Ms. Lampros and Porter to have sex, warning Lampros that he could make her lose her job if she refused, according to the suit. She ended the relationship with Combs 2 years later. See, now we're talking. 2 years later, and we're already on the 3rd alleged assault. He managed to get revenge by calling her boss and demanding she be fired from her job at a Soho bar, according to the suit. So why is he calling your job? To get you fired. So you say he got revenge after you ended the relationship, I'm assuming? This is crazy. When she saw him at an event at the Rockefeller Center in the early 2000s, he begged to see her again and she allowed him to come to her apartment. So people are going to say, well, you must like this type of treatment. And hey, like I said, we all make mistakes fooling with people who don't mean us any good. They talk down to us, abusive. you're going to be judged. But this relationship is built just on sex. So people are going to really judge you. Why would you keep going back and forth with him with forcible sex, drugs, and also asking you to have sex with somebody else? Why would you do this knowing his behavior? He showered her with compliments, telling her how good she looked and kept reminiscing about their prior sex life. He then began dropping hints about them having sex, it alleged. Ms. Lampros rejected him suddenly out of nowhere. Combs grabbed her and began kissing her and touching her against her will. The complaint alleges she fought him off and ordered him to leave. See, this makes no sense. If you've had violent sex with him, violent outbursts by him, believe you've been drugged by him, never called the police, never filed a suit against him or charges, people are going to say, why did you keep going back around him? Why did you keep letting him call you? This doesn't make any sense. Forcing you to take drugs. Gagging on the drugs. Involving Miss Porter, the late Kim Porter. She can't defend herself because she's no longer alive. And then you say, around this time, Combs was in a very public relationship with Jennifer Lopez, the suit alleges. The couple split the following year. So let's go back up. This is crazy to me. All of this, just what I'm reading is, and like I said, don't want to be judgmental. But if this is violent sex, that's the point of sex is supposed to be, it's nice, it's comfortable, it feels good. Not, it's violent when we get together. It doesn't make any sense to keep getting with somebody to have sex and then it turns violent. People are going to question that, ma'am. They're going to question that. Oh, I don't really understand this. So, years later, 2023, Ms. Lampros alleged an unidentified man approached her partner at the time and said she had been seen in a sex tape, Ms. Lampros and Combs, years earlier. She was conformed Mr. Combs apparently recorded them having sex without her knowing and showed it to multiple people, the filing claims. The video was allegedly filmed in the summer of 1997 without her consent. The bombshell lawsuit on Thursday was filed under a New York City law that allows accusers to file civil litigation during a limited window, even if the alleged events happened long ago. Wow, wow, wow. So 4 incidents, erratic behavior, outbursts, but yet you still would leave with him and go to a hotel. Yeah, people are going to find that strange, ma'am. Why would you go leave a bar with him or any man and go to a hotel? Because I can tell you, whether it's my first time meeting a man or I've known him and or had some type of dealings with him, you're hollering and screaming in a bar, you're loud, you're rude, you're nasty, you're trying to, throw a drink at me, force a drink, hey, drink. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is remove myself. Because what I have to tell myself, if you're acting like this in public, you're going to act even worse behind closed doors. April Lampros is making these allegations. Don't know what she looks like because they have the pictures blacked out. I don't know what really happened, but I will say this. If they can bring forward a video of she and Sean in the video, I might believe it. Only because it's wrong for him to have filmed her or anybody else without their consent. So that's a crime. He has no business filming anyone. As for these other allegations, you're entitled to your opinion. But people are going to be very judgmental because you're saying it was basically sex between you two. He didn't want to be seen with you because you're white. You were interchangeably dealing with him on and off for years, even while he was dating J-Lo. Then you throw Kim Porter in there, a dead woman. He was trying to force you to have sex with her and force both of you to take drugs. So now we have mentioning of drugs again. So those are probably the 3 things that have been proven pertaining to Sean Puffy Combs. He likes to use drugs. He likes to introduce people he's with to drugs. He's abusive, violent, mentally, physically, verbally. Coercion of sex and or rape and filming people. So that's a few things I believe that has been proven about Sean. So that's why I said, if they can prove one thing against you, what else are you capable of? Then you throw in bribery. So he's probably done a lot of these things to a lot of people. But the point is, will he pay for those crimes? And will he pay financially? Because now that we have 8 people coming forward, he's claiming he ain't paying nobody. Denied the allegations by Cassie, but now been proven as a liar. He's doomed either way. His reputation is doomed. But the point is, will he be brought to justice for any sexual improprieties against a man, a woman, a child? Will he pay out? Will a judge rule for him to pay out any monies to these victims, alleged victims? And what will happen with the human trafficking allegations? Will he be brought to justice? Will he be charged for alleged human trafficking? Wow, wow, wow. And that's the thing people don't really understand about human trafficking. To deliberately take a person around from place to place, state to state, that's what human trafficking is. Okay? Forced sex acts. And then moving the person around from place to place. So if he picked up someone and said, hey, I want to fly you over here to New York, California, Aruba, wherever, just for sex, well, that's where your human trafficking comes in. That's my content, everybody. April Lampros. Don't know who she is, where she is, married, has children, what she's doing now. If she was blackballed, couldn't get work, he put in bad commentary about her in the industry, entertainment industry, modeling, whatsoever. I don't know. He's the big bad wolf, most definitely. But I think his reign has come to an end. And I think he realizes that. I believe he knows his time is up and that he's defeated. I believe Sean is defeated. He may never tell anyone. He may never show it in public, but he's defeated. Thank you for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. And on Monday, please be safe. Get a designated driver if you're going to buy, or call a ride share service. Be aware of your surroundings, everyone. Thank you so much. You have been listening to The Vault XL.